Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're here with the E92 M3. That's going to be the giveaway. One of the things I wanted to bring up is why this is such the amazing platform. And we have one of the best people to talk about it. We have Miguel. Miguel, you own a really rare E90 M3. What do you own?
Yes, I own an Atlantis Blue E90 M3. And out of all the M3s that I've owned, it's probably the one that I love the most. It has a lot to do with just the overall how the car is built. It still, for me, still has that German feel, still has that rawness where you get to feel, you get the feedback from the steering wheel. You get to hear the sound of what it sounds like to be in a race car. Of course, we all dreamt about, playing the video games where you're doing the paddle shifters and you're going through the gears. Well, this is the closest to it, at least for me. I love just going through the gears on these cars, downshifting, having that F1 mentality when I'm driving it is just amazing. It's probably not the fastest car out there, but definitely puts a smile to your face.
And let's jump in the car and just have a talk with Miguel about this car. So I personally never have owned a DCT before, and this is a DCT. One of the things that you mentioned earlier was how quick it shifts, and this is not even tuned with the GTS tune yet.
Correct. So the DCT, for those that are enthusiasts, and we were always debating, you wanted to stay as pure as you can and get a manual, but this DCT, especially in the BMW transition, changed the game, right? It really gave you that F1 type of feel, different than the SMG. The SMG came in the E46 platform, and it just didn't feel the way this feels. It just feels a lot more raw. You can feel the pop between the gears. When you downshift, it has a rev match, which a lot of us just love. It gives you that race car feeling. So I know overall, I think this platform is probably one of the best platforms of the M3. Not because it's the fastest, but it's because it gives you that driver feedback. It gives you that sense of race car. And when you buy an M3, that's what you're looking for, right? As close as you can get to an actual race car, and this is it.
One of the things that people ask me all the time, hey, do you miss your F80? I do not miss my F80 at all. Going into the G80 platform, I actually love that platform. But if I had to pick another car to put into the stable, it would be absolutely E9X M3. I do think with prices still increasing with this platform, it's still a great opportunity to build this car up because these cars are pretty reliable besides those two handicaps, which is a fix, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we did want to touch on that because this giveaway already has the major things done to it as it pertains to maintenance, right? So we got the rod bearings done on this, throttle actuators were all looked at. Other than that, after you do rod bearings on this car, it's just upkeeping the maintenance.
So we're actually on our way to get some gas because this car loves to drink gas. When you pick up the keys to this car, you get excited. You get excited to hear that V8. And Miguel, give me a downshift and do a light pull, right? And just hear that. Hear the blips of the DCT transmission.
Yeah, so absolutely. One of the things I love most about this car is that, right? Revving V8, right? So I'm shifting somewhere around 7,500. That's kind of the sweet spot between 75 and 78-ish. That's the sweet spot.
So Miguel is driving one of your guys' cars pretty hard. I will say though, the intoxicating V8, and every person you ask about this platform talks about the V8, talks about how good it sounds. Even with the windows rolled up and driving, you can still hear the intoxicating noise of this car, what it makes, right? And it's music to my ears.
Yeah, as well. I mean, if you're gonna drive this car hard, you're gonna get 12 or 13 miles a gallon. So, you just want to be careful of when you're doing it. Make sure you're in a safe environment to do that. But overall, this car, it's actually what it likes, right? Every now and then, even me that I have a show car and I barely drive it. When I do drive it, it likes to be driven hard. It actually likes to be up there in the high revs. It's something that I don't know what it does, but the car just drives better when it's up there.
Miguel, like I know we mentioned on the Beamer Invasion YouTube channel about some of the things that are upcoming for this giveaway. Can you give them a brief idea of what's coming soon to this car?
All right, so we can make a couple of check marks on things that we've done, right? So we've done all the maintenance, right? So we've done all the rod bearings, we've looked at everything underneath the car. We've done already an exhaust on it, so it has test pipes and a full active Autowerke exhaust. When it comes to detailing, Gian is gonna fly in and they're gonna do all the detailing on the car inside and out. We're gonna do Moton AST suspension on the car. We're gonna do BBS, CIRs, the unlimited version. So we wanna make sure that we get rid of not only the wheel gap, but the spacing as well. So we went with the aggressive spacing where your wheel is going to be flush with the fenders. We are doing an intake, so we're doing Eventuri intake. We are doing some engine mods with NRW. We are doing some carbon fiber on the exterior as well. So we got a bunch of sponsors that are partnering us on this build. And whoever wins this car is not only going to get all the mods that we're putting on the car, but it's going to get all the takeoffs as well. So if for whatever reason you want to restore this car back to stock, which I highly doubt, you're going to have an opportunity to do that because we're giving you all the OEM components that we're going to take out. And in order to win this car, it's fairly easy. All you have to do is go to our webpage, which is beamer-invasion.com. You're going to see an icon with the E92 giveaway. You're going to click on that icon, and all the apparel that's for sale there, for every $5 you spend, you're going to get an entry into the giveaway. So let's say you buy a $30 hat, that's going to give you 6 entries into the giveaway. If you buy a $40 shirt, that's going to give you 8 entries into the giveaway. So the more you buy, the more your chances are to win this amazing M3.
And just to add to the parts, right? One of the carbon fiber companies that we're actually partnering up with is actually 3D Design. You know, if you guys watched the channel for a little bit, I actually took a trip to Japan. I actually met one of the co-founders of 3D Design, saw their products. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out their products, it's super high quality. We're talking about the carbon fiber weave to be no clear coat issues. It's gonna fit like a glove when it goes onto this car. But Miguel, I think one of the best things is that we get to document the journey on this channel for you guys and showcase everything that we're doing to making sure that this is gonna be the ultimate giveaway.
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to 3D, which is, you know, I've had 3D on my F80, which once again, as Ken said, is probably the best of, or one of the best carbon fiber companies that are out there. But we get, I mean, we partner with so many people down the road. We have Golden Wrench that they're going to be giving us, you know, all the dress up kits that they have. Frank from Dress Up Bolts is going to give us all his bolt kits as well. I'm sure we're going to have Sean from Mashimarho chime in and give us some more carbon fiber goodies as well. And once again, Sean is probably one of the pioneers as well in the E9X platform. I know he's had a couple himself. So this car is going to be well built. What we're trying to achieve with this is more of an OEM plus look. So we don't want to go over the top. You know, we don't want to put air suspension on it, or we don't want to put a supercharger on it. We just want to keep it so that it's still reliable, but still very fun to drive.
And after we gas this up, I'm gonna ask Miguel, what has it been like to own an E9X? Because he has an E90 M3 that you guys heard in the beginning clip of this video. So we're asking him what it's been like, and you know, why hasn't he sold it yet? Because it's a car that is probably special to him with the color, and also, again, the way it sounds. So stay tuned. We just filled up, again, one of the trade-offs about having a really good sounding car is how much gas it drinks. But Miguel, you've owned a E90 M3 in Atlantis Blue, very rare spec. It's a 101. Actually, it's an IND build, right? And also, too, how has it been? How long have you owned it for? And what would you say that somebody that's looking to get into this build, what would you describe it as?
You know, what's funny about that particular car is that I was down this pathway of collecting M3s. So I had E36, E46, F80, and for whatever reason, I was shying away from the E90 and from the E30. E30 for obvious reasons. You know, right now they skyrocketed in price, so it wasn't achievable at the time. So I went on the forums and I started looking for an E90 M3. I think it was one of the Facebook forums that I went, and coincidentally I had posted the IND build, which was the Atlantis Blue IND build that they built back in 2009. Somebody hit me up and said, you know what, that car is for sale. I was like, what? So I immediately contacted the guy who put me in touch with the owner, who coincidentally was working for BMW. He was in the marketing team for BMW, and ended up hooking up. The guy was in New Jersey. I flew out, I looked at the car, and I mean, we made a deal right on the spot. I've had that car now for 5 years now, and have done some modifications to it, but IND did most of it. You know, they did a carbon fiber roof. So the E90 does not come with a carbon fiber roof. The E92 is the only one that comes with a carbon fiber roof for the E9X platform. So we put a carbon fiber, they put a carbon fiber roof on that. They put a custom Racing Dynamic front bumper on it. They put the Akrapovic exhaust on it. It had little things here and there, but tastefully done. Since then, you know, I've gone through multiple sets of BBS wheels. I've done air suspension. I've done coilovers on it. At one point in time, I had some Recaro seats put in it, but I felt like they were too low for me. I kind of felt like, you know, my driving height wasn't adequate. So I went back to the stock seats on it. And overall, for me, it's a keeper car, right? It is one of one in the US, one of two worldwide. There is another one, which is a right-hand drive car. I know that one's been to the track, and you know, that one gets driven. Mine has currently 13,000 miles on it and change. It's just a baby. I enjoy just...
He enjoys trailering.
Yeah, I enjoy trailering it. When I do drive it, because I do drive it, of course, it's PPF'd. I do drive it occasionally, but I always drive it in M Sport, right? You know, we have this little button that puts us in that, I guess, range where your MPG is really low, but your smiles are really wide. I enjoy driving that car. It's really, for me, if I'm ever gonna get another BMW, it has to be something as unique as that. You know, whether it's G81 M3 Touring, or something, you know, one-off that I build, or something individual. For me, after owning that car, that's kind of where I need to go from there.
And I've seen it multiple times. It's always a car that catches people's attention. I know at the last Beamer Invasion show we had, it was actually showcased at Carbonius's booth. Again, if you guys are looking into getting an E9X platform, hands down, it's one of the best platforms. And this is coming from a guy that has only had twin turbo inline six platforms, right? The F80 M3 and also the G80 M3. I personally would like to keep the G80 M3. I want to, and I think I am, because it is the last manual M3, but eventually I want to put one of these in my garage and keep it for a long term. And actually, these cars, you could daily it, right? This is actually very dailyable as long as your pockets are deep enough to fill up that gas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of guys, you know, daily drive their E90X platform. And what's unique about the E9X platform, of course, is the V8. It's the last V8. If you got the non-M, so you got a 335, you can probably get more horsepower, believe it or not, out of the twin turbo BMW than the M3. But there are so much differences as well, right? The suspension is a lot more different. The noise, of course, is a lot more different. I mean, a lot of guys go back and forth between the E9X 335s and the M3s. For me, it's more of a, you know, I do like that purist BMW feel, and the M3 definitely gives me that feeling. So I really think whoever wins this car is going to be super happy. I think this car serves kind of two purposes, right? The old school BMW enthusiast who's been around for many years like myself, or the new guys, right, who are just getting into the platform. I think this car has the best of both worlds and caters to all the BMW community. So whoever wins this car is going to be super happy. I wish I could own it. Ken wishes he can own it, but it's going to be one of you.
So I know when we first introduced the E92 M3 to the channel, you guys are so excited. I'm excited too. I'm excited to continue to make content for you guys. And one of the best things is that when this is all done, I have an idea what I can do for mine. And I'm hoping in the next couple of years I can add one to the channel permanently, which I've mentioned. But again, this is your opportunity, guys, to enter into the giveaway on winning this beautiful E92 M3 that's going to be well spec'd out when we get done modding it. Again, this is going to be your opportunity to have your story start with this car.